Back in the day, Hotline Miami caused quite a stir. It featured dynamic gameplay, a vibrant retro wave aesthetic, and a hardcore difficulty that forced players to replay level over and over. Developers from the Free Lives, known for Broforce, decided to create something similar with Angel Food. The gameplay in Angel Food mirrors that the Hotline Miami. You must take down hordes of enemies without letting a single attack hit you. Take a hit of a couple of bullets in a row, be kind enough to restart the level. Wake up, samurai, it's time to kick the city butt. And by the way, we are talking about a place called a Shit City. Don't be surprised, it fully lives up of its name. Every single resident of Shit City is a criminal. Absolutely everyone. It's an absurd and horrific settlement inhabited by anthropomorphic animals. Most of them resemble fish, but there are also crocodiles, mice, dogs, and more. You won't even escape a touch of Lovecraft. Armed tentacles occasionally emerge from sewers or toilets. Let's hope it's just an octopus and not a Cthulhu at home. Our protagonist, Angel Fu, is also stewing in this casserole. The alignment of the character's name with the game's title can be seen as cute, not to Duke Nukem's Serious Sam and Willow Rock, but Angel Fu differs significantly from this trio. His strength lies in the jig's legs, not biceps. He's obsessed with all kinds of footwear, from sneakers and trainers to loafers and even sandals. The police in the Shit City are not better than the regular residents, so they decide for no apparent reason to steal prized pieces from Fu's shoes collection. Or to be more precise, these thugs presently rip out an entire wall with a sneaker collection right from his apartment. Our hero isn't about to let this slide, so embarks on a warpath against 4 gangs of Shit City, with each gang allocated roughly the same number of levels and unique boss. That's all about this a story of Angel Fu. You can watch a couple of cinematic cutscenes and chat with residents in a peaceful segments, but none of them makes much of difference. Let's recall a classical quote. The plot in the game is like the plot in the porn movie. It should be there, but it's completely unimportant, as a John Carmack once said about the story in Doom. The real charm of Angel Fu lies in its visceral, adrenaline-pumping gameplay, which effectively brings Hotline Miami into a 3D while adding its own unique twist and style. There's admittedly less brutality in the Angel Fu compared to Hotline Miami, as the enemies are anthropomorphic animals that can be dismembered, even with explosions. You won't see realistic violence there, but this don't stop the walls from easily spattling with a pink burst after you barge into the room with a double-footed kick. The bestiary is quite extensive. The most annoying jerk come armed with pistols, shotguns and other weapons. While you might survive a single pistol shot, enemies with shotguns can take you down in one hit, and fools with Uzis leave no time to hide behind covers. Their lead barrage hits hard, far and accurately. This something more exotic, there's a local equivalent of Serious Sam's kamikaze enemies, who charge you with a bomb for a head. Thankfully, a well-timed kick to the gut can set this bomberman flying straight into the crowd of the enemies. Overall, throughout the enemy eye isn't particularly sophisticated. This local barnyard overwhelms through sheer numbers of precise shots, but not through advanced tactics. The enemy roster also has another weak spot. Its bosses. Multi-stage battles with them are enjoyable, partly due to the sheer absurdity of the encounters. How can you not crack a smile when a rocket-powered helicopter turns out to be a modified Gazelle? However, boss fight pale is comparison to the adrenaline-fueled leveled ones, despite having 3 distinct phases. Knock off the first health bar of the boss and you will face a new with a different rig and added challenges. You can't just kick your way through. Sometimes you need to dodge at the right moments, other times you'll be kicking trash at enemies while fending off smaller goons. Still, these battles are over quickly and easily. I personally didn't need more than 2 attempts for any of them. By the way, Angel Fu offer legal cheats in the settings, including invisibility, but activating them turns the game into nothing more than a flashy, dynamic character. It would be unfair if developers left players to face armored trucks with just their kicks. The firearm system has been carefully adapted into 3D straight from the Hotline Miami. Pick up a gun from an enemy, empty the clip, toss the empty weapon at another foe, rinse and repeat as needed. However, the first-person perspective combined with a fast-paced running evokes fond memories of a mirror age. Of course, instead of futuristic pristine skyscrapers, Angel Foods throws you into random dens and sewer tunnels. But like just in Adventure of Fate and the Runner, the protagonist can simply change into the armored crowd and shoot everyone down. Enemies feel overwhelmed with numbers and accuracy. Pulling off Rambo-style stunts only works against dim threat with clubs, and such situations don't happen too often. Plus, wasting ammo isn't ideal when it's much easier to deliver a solid kick to an insolent crocodile's face. With firearms, Angel Food becomes even more dynamic. When bursting into the room, you not only need a maneuver between enemies to avoid getting shot, but also play your action. If there's a grenade launcher wielding enemy in the car corner, it's smarter to take them out first with a precise shot rather than kicking around with close-range foes. At first glance, gunfights might seem to slow down the pace, but they're far from the case. Weapons and noticeable variety to the usual guns and give a fleeting sense of the superiority without throwing off the balance of difficulty. Returning to the topic of somewhat dumpy eye, you can hide behind cover and pick off enemies one by one as they approach in a predictable line. Among range's weapons, it's hard to find truly unique options. Beyond the standard rifle, pistol and shotgun, there's a crossbow, but the most interesting, both aesthetically and gameplay-wise, is the plunger on a chain. With it you can pull enemies toward you and juice a kick, and in some moments even a well-placed piece of decor can help you take out a foe. I was caught off guard when I used the plunger to drag a sofa from the far end of the corridor and crush two bandits with it at once. Since each of the 63 levels in Angel Foods makes no more than 5 minutes to complete, 3 lives made sure to focus on replayability, and it's definitely there. Each location offers 2 additional challenges. Completing them earns you a star, adding to the one that you get your first run through the level. These stars act as a local currency for unlocking new footwear. You can't choose what to unlock, new shoes simply become available as you collect stars. Footwear doesn't just change your appearance, it also grants unique abilities. Much like the animal mask in Hotline Miami, the bonuses from shoes vary widely. For instance, sneakers enlarge enemies' heads, making them easier to hit. But there's plenty of other options. You can make kick down doors explosive, avoid spending ammo on headshots, and more. My personal favorite, available almost from the start, is a pair of black Converse that grant extra ammo when you kick an enemy. Another standout is the sandals, which give you a second change per level by letting you respawn mid-fight. The challenges for collecting stars forever rarely shine with creativity. The most common one is to complete a level within a short time limit. You will also often tricked with reaching the end without using any footwear, literally barefoot. Such challenges aren't particularly difficult, as shoes don't provide game-changing bonuses that make levels significantly easier. Sometimes you will need to kill enemies in a specific way or focus on particular foes. As a replayability element and a source of stars, these challenges work decently, especially given the intriguing level design that particularly begs for the speed running. Lastly, I would like to touch one of the design of Angel Food. It uses acid bright colors and a vivid style reminiscent of quickly adult cartoons like Happy Tree Friends. Shit City itself has its own absurd philosophy, where crime and wrongdoing are a way of life and an ingrained cultural code in the local society. You can get to know it better during peaceful segments that appears before certain levels. In this you don't need to defend yourself, instead you play the role of a bully, lounging at the residents, funny dialogues and kicking them away. Each resident is busy with something or hide a small story, making Angel Food more than a sandbox for destruction. It's a well-thought-out world with a highly practical concept. The heavy hard bass pounding from the speakers or during level runs violence makes you nod your head to the beat and set the right mood to the action. However, it's hard to single out specific tracks since you don't really listen closely or even the on-screen chaos. You just enjoy the upbeat rhythm that pushes you to keep going and boom boom boom. So, to sum up, Reasons to Play is a good old ultra-violence, bright cartoonish aesthetics, and high-level replayability. What distracts from this experience is a boss's slug challenge and somewhat dimmy enemy AI. Verdict: Angel Food is a fantastic new title for fans of fast-paced action games and for Hotline Miami enthusiasts looking to experience a similar gameplay formula from a fresh perspective. A generous number of levels ensure you won't get bored over a couple of evenings, while additional challenges and various footwear provide replayability for those who want more. The developer seems to strap you to a chair, pump you full of the adrenaline and testosterone, and then torture you with a hard bass at full volume. Yet somehow this torture is only enjoyable, and turning yourself away from the on-screen chaos is incredibly difficult. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like, please.